of you might know, and some of you don't, but I've been writing a zombie novel for about the last 4 years, and I think it's kind of one of those things that sort of just gets into all areas of your life because, you know, there have been inside jokes and t-shirts, and I ended up doing my senior project about it, and I joined an online survivalist forum called Zombie Squad. Spent like 30 hours a week there. Meaningful relationships, however, weed that out a little bit. So when I started dating my husband, it tapered a little. Anyway, but I had never written a poem about zombies before, so this is really important because now I can say I've worked a gimmick into all areas of my life. I'll take care of you, he says, as he pulls out the sloshing hot canteen, forever and ever some more, and you say, there's no way you're going to live that long. When the zombies come, you know the drill. You take to the woods, though they deplete quickly. You find yourself a car with a gas tank that never runs dry. You find yourself a gun that makes its own bullets. You flee from the flaking cliffside at your back until the landscape in front of you starts crumbling too, and you see the human stew bare its teeth all at once, and you hear the final cry arise from the limping, deathless thing you thought you called your mailman. I practiced that for a really long time. You find a tall tower in this new desert of the world, and you hike up the fire escape, and the apocalyptic graffiti on the walls reads something like, "The world is over, bitches." But the higher you get, the more it looks like scripture, and the man you're with recites it. And when you reach the top, you send your last grenade skittering down, and you hear it go 4 floors below, and you hear burns, but they can't get you now. So you wait. The wind pushes the rooftop like a kite, and you sit cross-legged, your feet scrunching gravel, and he hands you the water lingering at your right hand. You say, "My gun was just fooling, baby. I've only got 1 bullet left." And any nobler man would shoot you in the head, but he wants to fire into the sky to signal the helicopter that will not come. Oh dear. You remember something like this, sitting crisscross on the floor of your room 2 years ago, his head bent into your clavicle like a lamb. He said, "I feel like I'm 16 years old." But you were only in a first-story apartment with doors that led out safely to flat networks of roads that spread out like a map of the veins in your body. You could have left. And you hear the undead call below, and you look at your husband. And you realize you've really got no exit anymore because you're married. You said you'd do it, so you did it. You took out the stairs long before this. They'll scale the walls, you say, or they'll grow claws or wings or grappling hooks, or at the very least we'll die here. Maybe, he says, and he pulls you to his chest, your head to his neck, to his own throat like an ice pick. As he looks up through the sweet slinging blades of the chopper, he holds you so close that some part of you slides inside his left ventricle, and from his heart you watch the bullet become flare, and you lean from his pupils like balconies to see your own self, to see how he truly, truly loves you. There was no choice. Of course you'd marry him. "I'll take care of you," he says, "for the rest of my life." And you think about being 16 and watching this all come towards you. Thank you very much.